Don't get me wrong.
Ladies and gentlemen, remember this.
I have no respect for women who voted for Trump, okay?
Yeah, me too.
I think so poorly of them, and the reason why is because, look, I don't think that you're a single issue voter. I just think you're dumb, okay? I think you're dumb.
And that is when Trump won in 2016. And now she's the only voice of reason on the left. How? Simple. You keep doing dumb stuff over and over. And now even Cenk is having second thoughts.
So she put out some good things in the beginning, and we were excited about it. She had some economic populist policies about housing and price gouging, etc. We said, attaboy, and she picked Tim Walz. That was the correct decision. So at that point, she goes, Biden was way down. She skyrockets, takes a big leap, right? And at that point, she then turns around and goes and sends Mark Cuban all over CNBC to go, remember, I love business interests. All the CEOs are on my side. Dick Cheney's on my side. Liz Cheney's on my side. Every CEO's on my side. Oh my God, I love corporations. Don't worry, I'm not going to do the price gouging plan. I'm not going to do it at all. She's never going to do the price gouging plan. They swear up and down on CNBC and all over cable. Well, then she lost her lead. Why do you think you're getting the lead? Why do you think you lost the lead? No, they'll never figure it out. Never figure it out. The housing plan is a pretty good plan. I would have been more clear that, hey, private equity will be banned from buying homes. These sons of bitches on Wall Street are buying all our homes and driving up the housing prices. And what happened? She almost never talked about housing again. And so, guys, it also matters how you talk about things. So it's one thing to go, I have a good plan on housing, and then and here's my anodyne, normal, boring, dull ad on it, maybe, right? It's another thing to go, I'm gonna get those son-of-bitch Wall Street guys. Here's how much our housing prices were before private equity started buying up all the homes. Here's what they are now. Well, these guys are gonna drive us all out of the market. They're gonna take all of our homes, and they're gonna turn us into renters, and they're gonna make us work for them the whole time.
Cenk, you sound like a right winger.
Now, if you tell a Democrat that, they go, no, that's so uncivil. Don't do that, please. No, that's so uncivil, right? You know what that resonates with? The average American.
The average European.
Who didn't go to Yale with you, okay? And who isn't planning to be a lobbyist afterwards. And who doesn't have nothing but banker friends. The average American wants you to be pissed because they're pissed because they can't afford houses anymore. I went to a wedding down in Florida, a bunch of guys from Florida, New Hampshire, all over the country, right? Nobody fancy. It's a guy who led Wolfpack. These guys are real, like as salt of the earth as it gets, right? Every person I talk to, man, I can't buy a house. I got a decent job. I got a good job. I'm really, lucky, happy, etc. I got a good family, but it's impossible. It's impossible. I'll never be able to buy a house. So my parents had a house. Why can't I have a house? Why are we going backwards? I heard that everywhere. Imagine if somebody said, I'm not going to stand for it. We had houses, you're going to have a house. And if I got to go after every son of a Wall Street, then that's what I'm going to do, okay? Oh, no way. There's a 0% chance any weak Democrat will ever do that for you. They'll never fight for you. They'll never fight for you.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's official. He's a right winger.
Oh no, security!
It's very simple, ladies and gentlemen. He sounds like me. Frustrated. He sounds like me, at least back in the day without a YouTube channel.
Kudos to the reporter that outed the black men who went and voted for Trump. What the is wrong with y'all? What the is wrong with y'all? Y'all are so money hungry for someone who's not going to give y'all any money. It was in the woodworks for Kamala to help you out. And you said, he gave me $1,200 one time. I'll vote for him again. You hate black women. You can't say you don't now. You actively voted against black women. What the You were broke yesterday. You were broke today. And if that man wins, you're going to be broke for the next years. Real broke.
The police going to start killing you young one by one by one. They going to start killing y'all and they going to clock into work tomorrow because your dumb, stupid ass decided to vote for Donald Trump. And he gave the police immunity, which means that if they kill you, bitch, they can still go to work.
And the next time that a black man died at the hands of the police, the same black men that voted for Trump, I want y'all to be front line. Front.
But wait. Why do you blame men? Look at the statistic. Let the woman tell you.
80% of black men voted for Kamala Harris, 80%. And that is on the lower end of the percentages. In some battleground state, they were 85, 86%. They outperformed every male demographic. They outperformed white men. They outperformed Asian men. They outperformed Hispanic, Latino men. They even outperformed other. And I just want to say black men showed up when it mattered. We see all this discourse, all this 50-50, black men aren't providers, black men aren't this, black men aren't that, but black men showed up when it mattered in those voting booths. They went out there in droves and cast the right vote. They went out there and did their best to protect the rights of black women, of all women, but black women everywhere. They did it. And I want everybody to shut the F up about black men for the rest of the year.
This is the first time that men stood up for women. And still those videos exist out there? Come on, man.
They want to be accepted so bad. So bad. Even when a man tell y'all that y'all are lesser than, y'all still go vote for him. So look, we're going to let y'all figure this out. When it was time for the country to have our back, y'all said, nah, we're going to let that go. So look, us as black people, it's black women who really be the backbone of a lot of things that go on.
And that is the main issue. Men are trying to be the backbone, but you kind of support a system that doesn't allow them to be a backbone. And they're still out there being the backbone for the first time in huge quantity. And you don't still recognize them as a backbone. Don't you hear me? Are you deaf?
If you don't listen because you have a financial option to be deaf, does it cause a problem?
Oh.
Yes, it causes a problem. The people stay deaf, and when people try to be the backbone, they can't be the backbone because they want to listen to the government that gives them the feeling of a backbone.
Does just quick answers to complex questions.
According to Google, 14% of the population right now in Germany is immigrant population or of immigrant background.
I think it's higher.
Higher? Let's call it 14 or higher.
Yeah.
And roughly 40% of the crimes are committed by that 14%. Why do you think that is? And is that a reason for concern?
Well, that still leaves 60% of crime on nationals, right? So it's absolutely, if just by numbers, it's more local people, let's call it that. I mean, of course it's a cause of concern, but I don't think the cause of concern or the answer is shutting out immigrants.
Well, 60% is caused by national people and the foreigners is just 40. So we shouldn't really worry about that. Next time when I go to a Burger King with 10 people and there's only 10 hamburgers, I'm going to eat 4 hamburgers. Hey, but the rest are responsible for the other 6 hamburgers. That's fair.
Are there any states where women face prosecution for having an abortion?
No.
Are there any states that criminalize miscarriage?
No.
Or that care for for a miscarriage?
No.
Are there any states that criminalize removing an ectopic pregnancy?
No.
Are there any states that prohibit life-saving care for the mother?
No.
Are there any states where women have to be actively dying for a doctor to be able to act for her care?
No.
There's been a lot of rhetoric in this that I'm concerned pushes people away from getting access to health care. Vice President Harris in a speech recently said that women were being arrested and facing prosecution for experiencing miscarriages. Ms. Sackler, do you know of a single instance where a woman has been arrested for having a miscarriage or getting health care for that?
No, treatment for miscarriage is allowed under the law, and there have been instances where I think that one example of that that's been pointed to is misleading because the woman, I think she was in Ohio, the charges against her were not abortion related, and so it's misleading to use that as an example.
It's not only misleading, but it scares women away from getting access to health care. And it leads women to not go get healthcare treatment when they desperately need it.
If you just search Ohio, you will find it immediately. But the point is, there was a miscarriage and they didn't charge her for the miscarriage. They charged her for abuse of the corpse. But still, they use this as a messaging. They're going to charge you for no, it's abuse of the corpse.
And I like that he didn't actually plan to ban abortion. He just brought it back to the States.
The comment section is so bad. The amount of people that call her stupid and that's why she needs to be famous and we're the most uneducated generation is wild. Trump didn't ban abortion. He just let the states do whatever they want.
The ruling comes 3 months after Texas Governor Greg Abbott signed into law a separate bill banning abortions outright as early as 6 weeks, before many women realize they are pregnant.
We're about to make it law.
I am going to say this as nicely as I can. Please excuse the language. What f***ing rights are you losing as a woman? Wait, what rights? What rights are you losing? Why are you boohooing on the internet and saying that you're losing your rights as a woman? Tell me. You're losing nothing. Nothing. Can you work? Yes. Can you still make money? Yes. Can you get married? Yes. Can you get divorced? Yes. Can you have children? Yes. Can you have 1 child? Yes. Can you have 5 children? Yes. 5 children? Yes. Can you have 5 boyfriends? Yes. Can you run for office? Yes. Can you own a business? Yes. Can you be CEA, CEO, CFO, all the things? Yes. Oh, can you have an abortion? Yes. What if you're R word? Can you have an abortion? Yes. What if you're going to lose your life? Can you have an abortion? Yes. What incest? Yes. All the extenuating circumstances. Yes, 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 yes. You're losing nothing. Quit listening to the crap that's being spewed. You've lost nothing. And if abortion is so important to you, and if your biggest concern in life is being able to abort a child at 35 weeks, go move to a blue state that will allow that, because they're there. Otherwise, sit back, enjoy the next 4 years of your life getting better for you and your daughter.
Thank you for saying that for me, because if I did, my channel might not exist anymore.
Here are some of the easiest ways to leave the country as an American. Sorry guys, I simply cannot smile at the moment. It's been a long 24 hours. If you're under 30, consider the Australia or New Zealand working holiday visa. Granted, this is a temporary fix, but Australia allows American citizens up to 3 years on a working holiday and New Zealand offers 1. So that could realistically get you through the next 4. If you have a way to make an income online, consider a digital nomad visa. Lots of different countries offer this. It's typically a 1-year stay. For this option, I would look into countries like Portugal, Costa Rica, or Albania. Another option you can consider is teaching English in another country. Now granted, this is going to be a lot easier if you do have a college degree, but there are some countries that allow you to work as an English teacher without a degree. Just get your TOEFL certificate online and typically just takes a few weeks to complete that. And if you don't have a degree, I would recommend looking into countries in Southeast Asia or Eastern Europe.
First of all, why even mention Eastern Europe? Because that would also say, hey, you can only get 12 weeks, which is like 3 months. It isn't as much as America. And why mention Portugal? It's also 12. Why mention Costa Rica? I believe there it's banned. The thing that people recommend sometimes to sound intelligent is wild. You can just search.
Harris did not win.
Who won?
Trump. So
Take a breath.
Yep. So today may look a little different at school. Okay, there are probably going to be friends who have questions.
I think way more people don't deserve to have kids if they can't have kids that don't suffer from anxiety. Because sometimes they install their own anxiety in their kids and they have no chance. That's wild. Do you think I'm going to install the feeling of my kid that I don't have a mom? No.
There is a massive amount of right-wing radicalization that has been occurring, especially in younger male spaces. Everything is completely dominated by right-wing politics. If you're a dude under the age of 30 and you have any hobbies whatsoever, whether it's playing video games, whether it's working out, whether it's, I don't know, listening to like a history podcast or whatever, every single facet of that is just completely dominated by center-right to I wouldn't say far right in the same way that it was back in like the 2016 era at the end of like Obama's administration, but like definitely center right to Trumpian right, like openly Trump right, not like genuinely neo-Nazi. That part is quieted down a little bit, but like they're like 90% of the way there for the most part. And that's it. Everything that they see is right-wing sentiment being expressed by individuals that they find charismatic, thought leaders, influencers that they subscribe to. And I think that that is some of the reason why you see this.
And why do they stay there? Because you keep calling them fascist. You kick them out of the safe space. They create a new safe space. You're like, hey, what you doing there? I want to go in there. That's my safe space. Fascist.
I chose family. I chose women. I chose America. I love you.
How the fuck is this still happening? All I've ever known politically is hatred.
I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done with you. I'm done with you and your mother and your sister. I'm just done with all of this.
I'm sorry to all my friends who are Trump supporters. You don't understand how scared of this man I am. If this guy does end up winning again, all of the people who voted for him will be like happy and they'll just be celebrating. And everyone else, everyone who feels threatened by him is fucking scared. Like we're scared for our lives. We're scared for our friends.
You don't sound stable. You don't look stable. Why should I give you the keys to the country because you seem to bring stability? I'm sorry, you don't.
Don't get me wrong, ma cosa kita bong. Butta fire na mi blonde kush hash purple skunk. Criollo colombici jam jam. Dur loqueta verdetta welcome.